Another day, another tabloid, another mainstream media publication making and covering for the failures of this administration. Folks, just want to bring to your attention that Pete Buttigieg, this is our Secretary of Transportation, a politician chosen not on his qualifications, not because he actually has experience on doing anything good. It's really he was just chosen because, well, number one, he's gay, and we need to have the first openly gay Secretary of Transportation under the Biden administration. Again, kind of caveating off the last video, thank you, cowardly Christians, for putting us in this situation. It is because of you that we have this horrible administration in charge. And again, a politician that is not even doing enough, especially when there is a disaster in Palestine, Ohio, with the train derailment. Nope, not even there. Um, so this is a political article talking about Pete Buttigieg and how the people around Pete Buttigieg are very frustrated at the GOP attacks over the train wreck. Now, for those of you who don't know, a train derailed, I believe, several days ago, maybe last week, in Palestine, Ohio. And when this train derailed, it caught on fire and exploded, and there was fire and chemicals burning. A lot of people's animals died, farm animals died. A lot of people were feeling sick, eyes burning, fish dead in streams and rivers. And Pete Buttigieg is nowhere to be found. Now, I just want to paint a picture for you. Had this been Donald Trump, had this been a Republican president, we would have not stopped hearing. It would have been going on ad nauseum about how horrible this administration is not capable of keeping things under control, how horrible Donald Trump is, or how horrible the Republican president, the Republicans, oh, the GOP, this, oh my goodness. But because now it's Democrats in charge, and because the mainstream media basically are their Praetorian Guard and also hold their drool cups for any time that they're doing an interview or doing a press conference, now, well, it's mean for the GOP to attack Pete Buttigieg. How dare people be attacking him? He's doing the best he can. Folks, again, this is what happens when you elect idiots into leadership. This is what happens when you allow stupid people. And I'm not saying they're stupid like in any sort of mental incapability. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're stupid at their jobs. They're idiots at their jobs. To Joe Biden, to Kamala Harris, our vice president, to Karine Jean-Pierre, to Pete Buttigieg, everyone in this administration is a total moron. And we only have to blame ourselves for electing them into this position. We had an economy with one of the greatest prosperity moments in my lifetime under Donald Trump. But we voted him out because his tweets were so mean, and we just couldn't have that anymore. And now what do we get? We get morons, people who are so unqualified to run our country, now having the reins and control of it. So this month's, and this is according to Politico, this month's toxic derailment in small Ohio village has put Pete Buttigieg under pressure like never before, leaving him scrambling to contain a public health and transportation crisis only partially under his purview while absorbing the brunt of attacks from the Biden administration's adversaries. Folks, again, we heard weeks upon weeks when Donald Trump was caught on a hot mic saying that women allow him to grab them in their genitals. Weeks on end, we heard that. Yet, we are hearing little to nothing about the train derailment in Palestine, Ohio, under this moronic administration. Folks, just know that, okay? They think that you are stupid. They think that they can get away with this time and time again. And they can when good people don't stand up and call them out on their BS, okay? Again, real true believer, we believe in Jesus Christ, but again, we're calling a spade a spade. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If it looks like an idiot, talks like an idiot, it's an idiot, okay? And that's going for our president, vice president, this guy who hasn't even been to Palestine, Ohio. It's not until so many people were telling him, "Where are you, Pete?" that he actually made a statement about what happened in Palestine, Ohio. He's been getting into Twitter spats with U.S. senators. His curt brush off of a Daily Caller reporter who ambushed him during a walk turned into a viral video that has drawn more than 3 million views since Tuesday night. And on Wednesday, Buttigieg's allies were complaining that he's taken an unfair pounding over the disaster. Unfair? Unfair? No, I think it's quite fair. I think it should be more, not of a pounding. I don't want to say that, because he actually might like that. No, I want to say it is fair that there's all these attacks coming at Pete Buttigieg. Because where are you? Where is your leadership? This leadership that this administration has been showing is so just insipidly stupid. I cannot remember a time when a presidential administration, when the executive branch literally is like children. They cannot get their stuff together quick enough, fast enough, good enough to even make a difference. Again, our economy is in shambles. Our enemies are running roughshod over our allies. China is just able to throw balloons and let them fly over our country. And it takes a week before we even shoot it down. Again, folks, this is what happens when you elect morons into charge. Let me calm down here a bit because it's getting a little angry. I'm married. I want to have children. I can't think of raising my children in a country that is just populated and run by idiots. I can't. I have to say something. I have to do something. Again, we'll continue. Pete Buttigieg has taken a lot of bullets for the president on this, one senior Democrat said Wednesday, insisting on anonymity to talk about a crisis that the person was not authorized to discuss. Now, we all remember in the Trump administration, it was leak after leak after leak after leak from anonymous source this, anonymous source that, anonymous source this. But now, under the Biden administration, everything is just under anonymity. Sorry, everything is just basically, we're not going to say our names. We're not going to make it known who's saying this. Again, under Trump, it was this person coming out against him. But now when we have an incompetent president like Joe Biden, no one wants to say anything. It almost seems like they really want to destroy and screw over America. It really seems like this. Again, they are in charge. They are in power, except for, I believe, the House. The Republicans barely took control of that. But again, they're majority in power right now. They have the Senate. They have the executive branch. You would think things should be going good under, again, the adults in the room. That's what they said when they came into power back in 2021. The adults are in the room because, of course, Donald Trump was a child. They gave us one of the best economies in my lifetime. But of course, I digress. This is just to show that Pete Buttigieg is a horrible Secretary of Transportation. Horrible. I mean, incompetent. And again, here we have Donald Trump. He's not even president anymore, and yet he went to go visit the Ohio train derailment. Donald Trump, a guy who is trying to run for president, the guy that we voted out of office, that we decided to replace with an incompetent, old, narcissistic, I don't even have enough adjectives or adverbs to come up to describe how moronic and stupid Joe Biden is. I really don't. And again, I am not saying that. I'm not saying anything like this. I'm not saying any of this out of hate. I really don't. I don't hate Joe Biden. I don't hate Kamala Harris, Karine Jean-Pierre, Pete Buttigieg. I don't hate them. I just think they're all stupid. There's a difference. And again, they are running our country. And again, cowardly Christians are the reason why Joe Biden is in office. Because we didn't like mean tweets, remember? Mean tweets were so bad, so detrimental to our moral fabric of our society. But again, this administration and all the craziness that they have been doing. Donald Trump, again, this is from The Independent. You can go ahead and read it yourself. Go into the website, read it yourself. But people are now saying that Trump is feigning concern for the Ohio residents. Well, at least he went, okay? At least Donald Trump cares enough about the American people to go there and hand out food and water and any other supplies that they needed in Ohio. Where is the president? Our president went to Ukraine to drop off billions of dollars to help Ukraine instead of going to a United States state of Ohio. Folks, this is what happens when you vote in stupidity in office. This is what happens. We have higher gas prices. Everything seems to be falling apart in this country. And again, we have so many people who just think that mean tweets is the worst thing that can happen. I implore you, if you know any of those people who said Donald Trump's mean tweets were more hurtful to America than Joe Biden literally wrecking America. And I haven't even touched about Joe Biden's son, Hunter, the drug-addled crackhead who in memoirs and pictures is okay running around the world grabbing bags of cash for his own father. Again, had it been a single percentage, had Donald Trump's son, either son-in-law Jared Kushner or Donald Trump Jr., had done a percentage of what Hunter Biden had been accused of, or not even accused, because we have pictures of crack pipes in his mouth. Had Donald Trump's, anyone associated with Donald Trump done anything close to this, they would have been ripped up and down by the media. But again, because Joe Biden's son is Hunter Biden, and because Joe Biden is a Democrat, we're just not going to say anything. This is what you get. Folks, real true believers, wake up. I know I said that in the last video, but I just want to make it a point again. Wake up. We cannot keep allowing this to happen. We can't. We have to do something. We have to do something, and we have to do something soon. I just wanted to point out the fact that Pete Buttigieg and his associates around him are frustrated. Yeah, be frustrated. You guys are doing a horrible job. You suck at your job. You shouldn't even be in charge in the first place, but you are. So you know what? Face up, face the facts, and fix this. I don't know. I really think that this next election coming up in 2024 is going to be one of the most important elections in my lifetime. And I know they say that every time an election comes around. They said it in 2000 with Bush and Al Gore. They said it in 2004 when it was Bush and John Kerry. They said it in 2008 when it was McCain and Obama. They said it in 2016, Hillary and Trump. They're going to keep saying this is the most important election of our lifetime. But truly, folks, I really want you to think about this. This could very well be the most important election in our lifetime. We are now choosing between idiots and people that are human beings and, yes, make mistakes, but at least they're qualified. And again, I understand Trump has his failings. He has his traits that even I don't like. However, at least we had a better economy under Trump. At least our enemies were kept at bay under Trump. At least religious and Christian values were held up under Donald Trump. We even got peace in the Middle East. Israel and Saudi Arabia able to have flights going over back and forth. Again, what have we seen from this administration? We gave Afghanistan back to the Taliban. We have China just floating balloons over our country. We have Russia invading Ukraine. China making overt threats to Taiwan. Again, I'm not going to blame them. They're just doing their job. But I will blame the cowardly Christians who voted for them. Y'all are the reason why. So again, the next time you see another natural disaster or man-made disaster like here in Palestine, Ohio, the next time something really bad happens, the next time we have another balloon flying over our country, the next time China makes an overt threat, just think, why are we in this mess? Oh, it's because cowardly Christians, because we don't have people willing to stand up and stand for the truth. And because too many Christians, and I think this is the more majority of them, just don't even know what's going on. They don't even watch TV. They don't even watch the news because it's so divisive. Well, suck it up. It's the real world, okay? The real world isn't nice. Get out of your theological, your church bubble and smell the fresh air. Because right now, a country is going to hell in a handbasket with a bright rainbow bow tied on top, and it seems like no one is willing to do anything about it. So I will leave you with this. You can go to politicalnews.com to look up this article, and you can go to Independent to look up this article about Trump supposedly feigning concern over the train derailment. But folks, again, like I've been saying since the first video, the church in America is dead. We have been castrated and we're just slowly bleeding out. But what do I know? My name is L.A. Hale. I'll see you on the next one.